From Friday the 13th to Scream to Halloween, it's almost as if horror genres have lost their creativity and just stick to the surefire bets of the past that have worked out for them. And to be honest, that's why I love indie horrors. And that's why today I'm excited to talk to you guys about one of the funnest ones I've ever seen, Raw, and why it's so important to the horror genre. I'm Wilkye Castro, and this is Talking Shots.
Chief, it's the return of the blade and slice shade, getting paid until my silhouette fades. A mercenary, spit the levy versus scary sage, doing girlies dirty, sprinting with.
Now let me preset this video by saying I wouldn't have seen Raw if it wasn't for my older sister Kemley. The big thing is, her and I have very differing opinions when it comes to horror movies. For me, I really like, psychological stuff, just because of the fact that it'll stick with you longer after you watch the movie. But for her, she really likes gore movies and, a lot of those over-the-top horror movies because it's more entertaining. And I can feel that. But I've never really been attracted to that until she started recommending me films. Like, on some shit, I'm pretty sure Kemley and I could go hours on end regarding if, Hostel 1 was a good movie or not. And now, Mike, you need to fucking zoom in on my face and, do some little special effect shit just because of what I'm gonna say next. But I really, really fucking liked Hostel 1, to be honest. I love Eli Roth, but I won't admit it. Don't tell her. Wait, I have a burp coming on. All right, let's get into the meat of the movie. Without spoilers, Raw is the story of this vegetarian, post-high school graduate that gets into her dream veterinary school. So on her first day there, because college students are literally basically children, she's forced through this entire hazing ritual where at the end she's actually forced to eat meat, which I really don't get, since they're a veterinary school, but I guess eat the meat, the meat or something. So specifically, she's forced to eat rabbit kidneys after her older sister, who's still enrolled there, I think she's like a junior or a senior or something, and she makes her eat it because, everyone's gone through it. So after she goes through the entire hazing ritual, again, my guy, I still don't fucking get it. Why is you as a So after she's forced to eat the meat, she actually starts developing a taste for meat and for flesh and starts craving it. And since it's a horror movie, I think more or less you guys would be able to keep up with what we're going for. So to be honest, this movie is incredibly well directed and just shot in general, especially for an indie movie. So many of the scenes feel so dynamic, especially later on where the horror aspects really come into play. Now this is a gory film, but so many of the gore aspects don't feel like an unnecessary trope, but feel more so as a catalyst to what happens later on in the movie. So again, without ruining it, there's a big turning point within the film where dismemberment is actually involved, but the gore aspect isn't so much used as just a cheap ploy just to, add a reaction to the film or whatever, but it actually feels necessary, especially to the main character's motivation. So as humans, we really find ourselves above other creatures because of our ability to, develop these ideas and nurture ideologies until the point that they become, almost second nature. And after all these breaking downs of barriers, we're left with what is the film's plot. A sweet, vegetarian young girl that is slowly transformed into a cannibalistic, almost instinct-based beast. So what do you guys think? Are you a bigger fan of gory horror films like my older sister, or are you actually more of a fan of, plot-driven stuff? Recommend me shit in the comments below, because to be honest, after seeing this movie, I've really wanted to get into more gory or horror films just because I feel that there's more reason behind them besides just, showing bone and gore. And as always, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'm Wilkye Castro, and this is Talking Shots.